Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's Binky here today. I hope you are well. I am, because I did quite a haul, my friends, quite a haul. So I have been on a low buy this year and I've done really well. I am so proud of myself. And then April came and that's my birthday month, and so what I've been doing is saving up gift cards and money from my low buy because I hadn't been buying a lot and I did some damage. So this was my non-low buy month, and I want to be honest, April is always going to be my non-low buy because I treat myself, and then also around the holidays. So I basically am saving up everything for those times because I really haven't been buying all that much this year in comparison to the last few years. So this is really exciting. So what I want to say is that Ulta has the better program between Sephora and Ulta. This is what I love about Ulta. So Sephora, everybody knew their big sale was coming, especially for Rouge, which I'm a Rouge member. And Ulta releases their 20% off coupon on prestige items the day before the Rouge sale. Oh, Ulta, you were a bunch of jerks, but I love you. And I knew it was going to happen. I just knew it because it's the smart thing to do in a marketing standard. And no offense to Sephora, but Ulta is beating you hands down when it comes to the loyalty program. Hands down. I try to buy everything from Ulta. Sephora, I'm slowly buying less and less from because I have so many points, and well, here's a free sample you can get from anywhere, or you can go in the store and get for free. It's like, why would I do that? So really, Sephora's reward program really does nothing for me. It's kind of like wasted. I'm never going to use those points. I just don't care. So it's kind of a waste. So I'm just going to say it. Sorry, Sephora. Ulta has you beat. I will always spend my money at Ulta before Sephora. And what I like about Ulta is they're starting to bring in more different brands. They're really making it happen. Good for you, Ulta. I'm watching you. You got my money. But because I spend so much at Ulta, and I have in the past, I had all these points where basically if you have 2,000 points, I think it is, or 1,000 points, you get like $100 off. I think it's 2,000. But I had so many points that I basically got a ton of things for 20% off plus free. So yeah, I honestly went crazy. And then I had a gift card, and so I used that gift card to pay for the rest of it. And then I think I ended up putting down probably in total, between $50 and $70 because I also bought stuff during the Ulta Days sale. So this is going to be all encompassing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with some of the items that I bought during the Ulta sale. The first thing that I wanted to show was these were the Laura Geller. And I was really kind of excited by this. I've seen them, but I've never bought them. And I've heard good things about it. And this one is Pink Buttercream. And this was one of the 21-day sales of beauty. And then there was Baked Blush and Brightener Golden Apricot. And this one's, yeah, they're all the brighten ones. So they're supposed to brighten and be a blush. So this is the Pink Buttercream. Now, I haven't used these yet. I have not used anything as of yet. So, well, some things I have, but for the most part I have not. So you'll be seeing reviews on these in the next few months, so please wait for those. And then this is the Golden Apricot. Ooh, that's really bright. It's perfect for summer though, so I'm really excited because I think both of these are beautiful for summer when you just want a hint of color. And what I like is you can definitely see the glow from inside. So I'm really excited to use these because I really don't have a lot by Laura Geller. I think I have a couple lipsticks that I haven't done a review on that I picked up. They're more for fall, so look for that later on. But look at that. So I'm really excited by that. The next items are the Stila pens, and I actually have about 4 of these, I think, because I picked up 2 beforehand because they were on sale, and I haven't used them yet. I have them in my to try next. But they're basically pencils, eyeliners here, but they're the felt tip. And I'm really excited because they look really sharp and quite lovely. And this one's like a brown color. Oh no, it's black. Looked brown from here. Yeah, it looks brown. It's really strange. And then this one is black. There we go. And I also have one that was like an olive green and then some browns and I think a gold or something. I don't know, but I picked a couple of these up before, but I picked 2 more up. I haven't used these and I'm really excited because I'm trying to find new items to use for eyeliner because I've been using the same one for a long time. I'm really bad with the felt tip pens, so I'm learning to embrace them more. So that is what I plan on doing. So I was really excited to pick those up. I will definitely let you know how those work. Now I am moving a little bit quickly because this will be a really long video because I have tons of stuff. And what's great is, like I said, because of that 20% off coupon and then my points, it's like I ended up like spending nothing and getting a ton of stuff. So that's so exciting. But the Velata collection just came out and there was a big deal about the Velata collection. And so I kind of fell into the hype a little bit and ended up picking up some things. There will be a review coming up here shortly because I did already review it because I've been wearing this to death this week. I got 2 of the lipsticks. I ended up getting, here they are, 2 of the lipsticks. I ended up getting the eyeshadow palette, which here we go. It's a lot smaller than I expected. So when I picked it up, I was a little bit disappointed. I mean, I have bigger hands, like piano player hands, but it's pretty small, especially in comparison to a normal palette, and it's $29. So I was a little bit disappointed in that, but what I do like is that it's great for, you know, taking around town, you know, or traveling. It's very much great for that. You know, pretty colors to do quick little swatch. I don't want to go too much into this because, well, I'm going to be doing a review, but really great quality. I was really impressed with the quality of these. So, though the wear time was a little bit iffy, but wait for that review because I go into it a lot more in depth. So I don't want to repeat myself here. But then, you know, then there's metallic lipsticks, which some people don't like the metallic lipsticks. I do like metallic, so, but I could see how this would be kind of to some people, and to other people it's like, oh yay, I love it. And I do like the metallics, but these are the 2 that I picked up, and I'll put the colors to the side. I know this one is in Bloom, but I don't remember what this lighter one is, so I'll put it to the side. And it's a little bit too light. It kind of washed me out. So, you know, you gotta, what I did notice is that what was on the website was a lot different than what these look like in reality because the pan of shadows looked more cool tone when you look on the Ulta site, but in reality they're definitely a warm tone. But I'd never really tried Smashbox before. I don't really have a lot of their products, so I was excited to try them. And then I picked up the Velata Petal Metal Shimmer Spray. I'm going to be honest with you guys, spoiler alert in case you don't want to watch the review. No, don't pick this up because look at this. This spray comes in a bottle like this and just watch this. Now it's all over my floor. That's what it looks like. And yes, it's on top of stuff, but even when you shake it up and put it on here, that's what it looks like. It just really doesn't do what it promises. It's supposed to be illuminating, and I used it as a setting spray, and it destroys your makeup. It just completely goes on your makeup like this and destroys it because the nozzle is just awful. And so it just goes in this huge spray on your face, and it ruins your makeup. So then I used it beforehand as a primer. It made no difference, and actually it's just too wet to use that unless you wipe it into your skin. So I'm going to be honest with you, I won't be keeping that. So that was like my first disappointment of the collection. So that is definitely a hard pass. What I did forget, because I was moving on in the next item, was I did end up picking up one of the highlighters. And this is the lightest one. And there's 2. There's one for darker, you know, deeper complexions, and then Gilded Rose, which is for those with lighter complexions like myself. So this is what it looks like. Really pretty color, still kind of working with it. I think some people will love it. Some people will be like, because it is not the most blinding highlighter if that's what you're into. Also, I did end up picking during the sale, and I'll put that to the side, a couple colors from Urban Decay, their individual shadows. I've been wanting to try these forever, and they were like 10 bucks a piece, and they sold out like this. It was crazy. But I did end up picking up a few, so I will be doing some reviews on that in the future. But because I don't have them here, I'm not going to go too much into it. I don't know where they went. I have so much new stuff, and I'm trying to reorganize my room that they are somewhere lost. Lost, I say. So the next, everything basically from here on out, sorry, my hair is getting in my face, is shadows. I picked up so many eyeshadow palettes because that is my weakness. And what's interesting is that I really love lipstick, but I picked up hardly any lipstick this time around. How weird is that? Normally that's what I pick up. I didn't this time. So what I've been dying to try is this item. And this is Storybook Cosmetics. I've been wanting to try a couple of their things, and I haven't. And so now that they sell them at Ulta, I finally picked it up. And of course, this is the Mean Girls palette, which was really big. It was reviewed to death online. But I think that this is a perfect kind of shadow for this time of year, and hair on my face. Whew, I know my hair's getting so long, and it's just like, ugh. But you've all seen this. I have not tested these out yet. I'm really excited. I think it'll be perfect for this time of year, so I'm really excited to try these. Look for a review. There are tons of reviews online, but this will be Binky style coming up. So I did pick that one up because I was really excited to try it. I think it's perfect for this time of year. And then I ended up picking up one other one, which I think did not get as much fanfare. People were not that excited by it, and it was the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory one. I always loved this when I was a kid. I loved the movie, and not the newer one. I'm talking about the original one, which is like so outdated in 70s, but it was just so amazing in its presentation that, yeah, it's dated, but who cares because it's fabulous. So I went and picked it up because of memories of that. And again, this will be really nice for spring and summer. This will be a lot of fun. And so I don't think it got as much fanfare. Supposedly it's supposed to smell like chocolate. It does a little bit. You know the scratch and sniff stickers from when you were a kid? There was the chocolate one. That's what it smells like. So it's not like Too Faced, which really, it was infused with cocoa powder and it had a more natural scent. This most definitely is a scratch and sniff kind of sticker smell. But I really like it. Though some people make a complain because there's a little bit too, like the whites are there, and the colors in some ways are a little bit similar with the two golds and that. But this is more of one of those ones that you, which I'm excited, would put across the lid for somebody of my skin tone. I'm running out of whites, so this would be a nice white to prep my eye before I go into makeup because I'm really pale. So I'm excited by this one. And I will do a review on actually everything that I have here. It may take a while because I have so many items, but watch for it, especially because a lot of people didn't give this one a lot of love. And maybe it's because there's just not an interest in it, but I have an interest, so we'll soon see. I still have more. Yes, I know. Everybody's like, what did you do, Binky? What didn't I do? So I have 3 more palettes. The next one I'll start with is not that exciting. It is the Soft Clam, is what I kept calling it. It's Soft Glam, but it looks like it's clam. So I kept going, the Soft Clam. And it's like, it's Glam Binky. So it's the Soft Glam palette. And I love Anastasia Beverly Hills and the palettes. Yes, I know there is a couple with Subculture and Prism were kind of, I like that they're going back to their roots. What I will say is this is not the most exciting palette on the planet, but I wanted it, you know. I was really interested in it, and I have been using it, so I'll be doing a review here soon. I've been really digging into some of these. I've only used it a couple times, so I really want to experiment with it for another week before I do a review. You know, when I do the reviews, it's not just based off one time. I usually use it between 5 and 7 times to really get a good idea. And you can see I've started to touch into it, but not a lot. And it's very much a warm palette. It's almost like the sister palette to the Renaissance palette. It's very similar. And in fact, it has a couple shades from there. So this may be disappointing, but I look at it, I basically got it free with my points, so I'm okay with it. But I can see why some people would be disappointed. Do I feel like this is a must-have palette? No, I don't. A lot of these you could dupe. A lot of these have already been put out into different palettes from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And honestly, this is very similar to what Huda Beauty put out with the Desert palette. A lot of these are very much in those. So yeah, not the most exciting, but I like to support Anastasia Beverly Hills. I don't like this palette color though, and it already has garbage on it. I don't like the fuzzy covers. I don't think anyone does because they pick up crap all the time and then they end up looking less than stellar. But this color, when you think soft glam, you don't think this color. I won't explain what I think it looks like because we're trying to keep this classy. So I'm just going to put that away. But I always keep them in the boxes because it keeps the cover clean. But some people don't necessarily like the extra step, but it keeps me sane because I don't like the dirtiness. So the next one is Cargo, and this is the Havana Nights palette. Now, I know a lot of people don't review Cargo, and it's kind of sad to me because I love Cargo, actually. Part of the reason why I love Cargo is I'm a world traveler myself, and so I love what they bring from different cultures and the different looks. So, you don't know what they're going to put out there. And so I love that aspect as a world traveler myself. I have not been to Cuba. But this is what it looks like. And if you've seen the pictures of Cuba, you'll know that they do the really bright housing with the paint, you know, and I love that. This is very much, this whole palette here, looking at the cover, is very much Cuba. And what I like is that the inside is yellow. You can see the gold or the gold there. And then when you put the palette in there, watch this, the blue takes over. Fiesta time. I freaking love that. I thought that was really cool. So of course I kept this cover, and on the back it gives you a few like eye looks if you're into that. On to the shadows. So these shadows, I'm going to be honest with you, this is not necessarily the most exciting palette as far as colors go. Basically you have a lot of yellows, which sunny yellows is what you think of when you think of Cuba. Well, many things, but that's part of it. I do think of the beautiful weather. And then there's the tans going on here and the browns. There's not a lot of pops of color. There are a few golds with yellows here, and then you have these two pops of color, and then this beautiful color here, which I've been digging into. You can see I've totally dug into this. It's this gorgeous color here. I just love it. I'll put it right here. It looks like it has brown flecks in it, or beige flecks, but when you put it on, it most definitely is, you know, white. It's like this, it's more white than it appears in the palette, which works for somebody like me. Then you have something like Casa, which is yellow, which I think we're seeing yellow come into trend a little bit more this year, where people are really going out on a limb with that. But I'm not going to go too much into it, but I have been wearing this, but I think it is a very beautiful palette, though it is a little bit very basic. It's one of those palettes that I think would be great for a beginner who wants to work with neutrals and light colors with a couple pops of color just to experiment. But I'll go more into that once I get into the review. So if you are interested in that, that one's actually coming up because I've been wearing this one quite a bit. So lastly, moving through this quickly, right? The last one is the festival, the weekend festival collection from BH Cosmetics. And I may do a first impression on this actually. I may do that because I don't really use colors like this too often, and I don't know how I would incorporate most of these into my everyday look, but I may test it first and then come in and do an experimental eye look. So yeah, that might be fun. Maybe I'll do one of the ones where you randomly pick 3 or 5 colors and create a look. And then again, I may chicken out with that, I don't know. But we may do something colorful, but look at this. How much fun is that? This is not, I mean, if you're looking for pops of color, especially for summer, this is it. And it was made for the festival season where you just want to go a little bit wild. And so what I like about it is there's a nice mix of neutrals. So you have very, like, pops of, like, neutrals or safe colors that are going to keep it docile. And then you have some of these brighter colors. And like I said, these yellows are really making a scene. This is, like, really beautiful, actually. I'm curious to see what this looks like. So here's the yellow, and here's like this lime green color. Yeah, it's really, really nice. I'm excited to try this one. I don't use necessarily bright colors like this all the time, but I hope to start using them a little bit more, especially in the summer. I hope I'm not blinding anyone with the lights. But yeah, so that's what it looks like. So yeah, you can see I picked up a ton of palettes, so I'm going to have a really good time experimenting with these, and maybe I'll do some look videos or things like that with these. Maybe try 4 different looks. I'm going to experiment a little bit more and get that out there because I'd like to try to do a little bit more of that on this channel because I'm not necessarily the most experimental, and so this way I'll be forced to. And then I will learn something about myself. But yes, so that is my haul from Ulta from the 21 days and then the Prestige coupon haul that I made. And again, like I said, it really wasn't that expensive in the end. I thought it would be, but no, thanks to using so many points that I had stacked up along with the 20% off coupon, I walked away with all this for like 50 bucks. Yeah. I know, it's insanity. So yeah, let me know if you picked up anything on the haul. It may be that you are being better than me and you didn't spend a lot of money, and good for you. I hope that worked. I hope you did. Stay on that low buy. But let me know what you're most excited about hearing about, if you picked up any of these items and what you picked up. So until next time, have a wonderful day. Bye.